I'm Queenie.
I'm Asani.
And this is Barber Babes.
Cutting up. Welcome back. Okay.
Yo, that is the theme song for sure.
No,
For
definitely.
sure.
If there's a way we could get that for the
I
intro
know.
without it being copyrighted.
Eventually we'll be able to call Mace up like, hey, what's
Okay,
up?
Mace,
We
what
need
up?
that.
Yeah. But yes, new episode, new location. Get into it. All right. So where we at?
We're in Alabama, y'all. We're in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
And we're at Big Time Entertainment.
Yes, she done brought me to the country.
I know. I done brought the whole team to the country.
Yeah, I'm a city girl, so
Uh-huh.
yeah.
But I love y'all here. Like, I'm like, what do you guys need? What do you want to eat?
No, yeah, she's been a great host so far. She made us dinner last night, a nice little breakfast in the morning.
Gotta get them together.
Yes, got us good and started for today.
Yes.
As you should.
So
yeah, we have Big Time Entertainment, and as you can see, we are in the middle of a bowling lane right
alley.
now. Yes,
Living
and I
our
love that.
best life.
Love it for us.
You know, normally if you right here, they're telling you, hey, you can't be here.
Yep.
And you see we're sitting down with our wine glasses.
Yeah, but she know the plug, so
You ain't got to tell them that, friend. They seen us on YouTube, and they said, we want you guys to come shoot. In
exactly.
our
That's how we
bowling
got the
alley."
plug. Hello.
Literally.
But yeah, I love being in new environments. It just, it brings out a new energy, brings some excitement.
Yeah.
So yeah, excited and happy to be here.
Yeah, very.
Yep. So how you feeling?
I feel really good. I'm in a great space. I'm definitely happy to be here. The
Yeah.
week has been the last 10 days have been very long.
Sure.
Very long. So I know we're still going. Both of us are still actively doing things like this.
Yeah.
But it feels like a little rest, a little relaxation in this process.
Oh,
So
for sure.
definitely thankful.
Yes.
What about you?
Absolutely. It has been a long
Yeah.
past week. Yeah, it's been about a week. My birthday just passed, so that was a great time.
Oh, yeah.
But in the midst of all that, a lot was going on back here in Georgia. So I was in New York for my birthday, and back here in Georgia, everything was literally crumbling down. So in this past week, I've had to adjust to a new shop.
Yeah.
It's under the same business or company, Blessed Up, but still it's different people.
Yeah.
A different type of environment. And so just having to adjust to that has been it's been a lot.
It's been a long week.
Yeah. And it's caused me to think about a lot, think about what I want for myself, and where I'm headed.
Yeah.
In the next, few months, really.
Isn't that so crazy how something that is meant to, I guess, deter you is something that actually gives you motivation to push you forward?
Yep. But you have to know that, because if you don't know that, or if you don't recognize that, then it could impact you in a negative way. What's happened in this past week, I could have been real upset about. But I just have to look at it from a certain perspective, what you always say, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah, so having that understanding, I've been good. I've been okay. I'm not as upset as some people would expect me to be. And some things it's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
So when things are not in your control, it's just
And I feel as we've grown into this adulting world, being a child and experiencing certain things it feels like it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
But I think like when you get older and you start experiencing so much end of the world scenarios,
Yep.
then you're like, oh, I've felt
I've
this
been
way.
here
I've been here before. Like it's not the end,
Yes.
even though it still kind of has that feeling in your heart.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
can still
think that's
move on.
exactly what it is. Like, just experiencing things is like, stuff is going to happen. So either you going to figure it out or you going to sulk and be sad.
Right.
And I feel I have some, like, a sort of sympathy for people who can't have that, like, positive outlook or mindset on
Wow.
things.
Yeah.
And who just feel like life is happening to them.
Why do you feel like you have that sympathy? Like, where does it come from?
Because I've been in that place before where it's like, dang, like life sucks. Like life sucks right now. Like this situation I'm in right now is trash.
Right.
And I just want to be upset about it. But realizing like that's not helping anything at
Right.
all. It's like, just, yeah, think of it differently.
Right.
You don't have to be in any situation you don't want to be in.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a whole family.
My job, we're in an event space.
Right.
Some things
we're
going
gonna be
on
real
around
transparent
us.
with y'all. We started late, y'all. We were supposed to start a whole lot earlier.
Yep.
And it's opening time. But we're still here and they're still letting us do our thing, so we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. Like, I definitely understand the aspect of, like, I guess just, like, you know, being sad in the moment and, you know, just wanting to feel that. So I do understand that aspect when people do, you know, feel sadness. I think the part that I'm still kind of, like, looking outward at is how long people decide to stay in their sadness and how they
Exactly.
actually handle their sadness, right?
Right.
Because you can be sad and still move.
Yep. That's a
And
human thing.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, you're going to go through.
You're going to have your feelings.
Yep.
You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be angry. But, like, how are you handling it? And not to
Absolutely.
say that you have to always handle it correctly or right. But, you know, like, what are your patterns? And how often do you see yourself handling it in a way that's not productive?
Yeah, and I think that is the difference between being a quote-unquote happy person and being an unhappy person.
Ooh, you
And
did
that's-
that, friend.
And that's what I want to get into.
That was a hell of a transition, baby.
Because you get
That's why that's my girl.
But yeah, so one of my client friends, or honestly a couple of people that I've spoke to in like the past month, I want to say, made some really bold statements like, I don't think anyone is really happy. Some people are just pretending to be happy. And then I also heard somebody else say, everyone's toxic. Like, in some way, everyone is somewhat toxic. So I want to know what you think about those comments or that.
Well, which one you want to start with?
Okay, start with the toxic.
Okay.
So do you think everyone's toxic?
I think there's definitely truth to that. Like,
Yeah.
I think toxicity comes from traumas. And we all have traumas. Like, no
Yeah.
matter how great our life is perceived to be.
Yep.
Like, we all have, that's why we have feelings. You know what I mean? That's why we have angry moments. That's why we have sad moments. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think everybody can be toxic. I
Yeah.
think the level of toxicity is, it varies.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So when I first heard her say it, I was like, well, that is a huge generalization. But I get it. And I know I'm toxic. I have my toxic. Okay, not tell us. Not completely,
Okay.
but I know that yes, I definitely can have toxic ways, but that's what you go through life for, is to like figure that out.
Right.
You know,
Right.
work on that. So I think there are people who are healed from their toxic ways. Now, do I know too many people who are?
Yeah.
I can't say that I do.
Like, so you're saying like they started, like when you met them initially, they were very toxic, and you're saying that throughout you knowing them, you've seen a change in their toxicity?
Like I said, personally,
Uh-huh.
I don't know too many people who are completely like healed,
Right.
or like have no toxic traits
Right.
about them. Like, I don't.
Do you know anyone?
I
Can't think of
can't
one.
think of
Even Jesus got toxic traits now.
But does that, because you have toxic traits, does that make you a toxic person? I don't think so.
No.
No.
Because like it goes back to just the levels. Like it varies, right?
Yeah, it's levels.
If you only have 10% of toxic traits, does that make you a toxic person?
Right.
Some people maybe, but if somebody said that a 10% toxic person was toxic, then they're probably toxic.
Yeah. Right. But that's what I had told it. I was like, to say that everyone is toxic, maybe that means you're toxic. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with you.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
The projection?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. I think there's truth. Like I said, I do think that there's truth in her statement, and that may be me also projecting too. That I think that, everybody has the ability to be, like, everything is duality. Like, yeah, I can go around being positive and kind all day, but is that really what I want to do at all times?
Yeah.
And maybe some people do, but the thing about life is I can have an action of, like, I don't know, let me see. Like, I can say something in the most respectful way, but still stand on my boundary. I can do that for you, right?
Yeah.
And you might just receive it and be like, oh, okay, like, and wipe it away. I might do it with somebody else, and they created me as an enemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're going to be toxic to somebody.
Yep.
You're going to be toxic to somebody. Somebody's not going to like you, and it's
Yeah.
based off of people's projections of themselves. So, yeah.
Okay, so how does that tie into... Okay, so let's just move on to the other. So
Okay.
How does that tie into being happy? So I think we should define what it even means to
Ooh.
be happy.
That's difficult.
Because when I think of it, I don't think of it as like an emotion. I think of it as like a state of being.
Okay.
So saying that someone's happy, like they're happy with life, they're not like every day I'm just like, I wake up like, oh,
You skipping?
open my bright.
Jolly morning, good fella. Like, those be the ones.
I don't think that's what it means to be happy. But I think it is having like an appreciation for life or for being alive. You know, like every day is not going to be a great day, but you're still appreciative that you're here
Yeah.
to experience,
Ooh.
life.
So your basis is appreciation.
Yeah,
That's great.
that's how I see it.
So even if you're in a moment of sadness, can you still be happy?
Yep,
Wow.
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. I
Yeah.
feel that.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that.
Yeah, because like we said, it's a human thing. Like,
Yeah.
if something bad happens, you're not just going to be like, oh, that is amazing. Like,
I'm so glad you ran my foot over. I needed a new foot.
you know what I'm saying? But, yes. And I also think I think you get to that point by having having an understanding of who you are, and you always talk about like alignment. So knowing who you are and like setting your life up to where everything like aligns with who you are.
Okay. Okay, there's two things I want to say about what you said so far. I think also with you saying like you can be happy and sad at the same time, that allows that like it makes me feel like I can give myself so much grace when I'm sad or when I'm mad. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just mad and now I'm like, damn, why are you mad? It's like I'm mad and I'm okay. Like I'm appreciating and embracing this journey, but I still am mad.
Yeah.
And you know, being able to have those two feelings is like, yeah, it could be very, very easy to give yourself grace.
Yeah. And you got to know how you feel. Like, if you don't know how you're feeling, then how are you going to be able to
Move on.
fix how you feel? You know, like...
Yeah. How are you going to be able to move through life?
Yeah. Like, you got to be real with yourself, too, at the same time. Because if you say I'm somebody who doesn't... Well, I don't know. Because that might be, like, the ultimate peaceful or happy person. Like, they don't ever... go to like one extreme or the other.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think that goes back to the alignment conversation as well, because I think as you elevate in your life, like there's just things that don't affect you, right? And I think like once we start realizing that things around us and people around us that are happening, like one, we're creating those. It doesn't matter. Like and I know that's a harsh reality, but a lot of the things that we're creating, and two, the outside world has very little to do with us. So it's like, if you are driving and somebody flicks you off and cuts in front of you, like, you know, how are you responding? Are you responding in a way where it's like, oh, this person just made me mad? Or are you just like, oh, okay. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And I have a story to tell too, but I don't know how much time we got.
Well,
so,
yeah.
But
Go ahead. Music all loud in the background.
But yeah, I'll just make it quick. So this past weekend I had went out and I was at the Beltline by Ponce, and there was this couple that was walking by this homeless guy. He was clearly off drugs or something, and he was like talking to them crazy while they're walking by. And they're over here trying to respond to this man. And I'm like, why y'all responding to him? And I'm like, maybe the boyfriend was trying to
show,
you know, like stand up for his woman or, you know, look a certain way. But it's like, this is a homeless man on the street.
Right.
He is clearly not in the right mind.
Right.
So they go back and forth with him, and then they end up really getting into it. And the whole time I'm like, why didn't y'all just walk away? Why didn't y'all just keep walking? Because y'all had to have seen, you know, people on the street before. That was an easy situation that you could have just
brushed it
let
off.
go.
But there had to have been something. Either he was already mad,
right,
or there had to have been something that the homeless man said that triggered him.
Right. Right. He did say some crazy things. The homeless man he said some wild things.
Yeah.
But I'm like, had you just kept walking,
right,
you might not have even heard
right
what it is he said.
Well,
but
he said he had time today. And apparently the homeless man did too.
Listen, so the homeless guy, he ended up throwing a chair and it hit his girlfriend. And it's like, we could have avoided all of this had you just kept...
Wait, no, it's not funny, but...
It's not funny, but it's like, none of that had to transpire.
I think it's just ironic. Because it's like he went to protect his woman, so that's why he was having the conversation.
And she wasn't protected. She would have been protected had you kept walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the battles. Know your battle, baby.
Know your battles.
Know your battles.
Okay.
And that may be a situation of, I mean, we don't know because maybe he still is appreciative. Maybe he still is grateful, you know, in the moment. But I definitely think that what she said has truth to it. Like, I do think that there are people in this world who, you know, act as if they're happy and they're not. You know what I mean? And it's easy. Like, you are easily triggered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've been in spaces like that. I've been in relationships like that where I've tried to make myself happy. And because I was only trying to make myself happy, like I really wasn't happy in the situation, I was easily triggered.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, the environment matters, but like you said, I definitely think it goes back to, you know, how are you waking up in the morning? Like, what are the conversations that you're having with yourself throughout the day? Like, yeah, you know, the homeless man may have said something to you, but it's such a beautiful day and you're outside with your woman. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what you guys were on your way to do or why you guys were out there, but there's so many other things to be grateful for. So what is the environment that we're in that we've created? What's the mental environment that we're in? And, you know, how is that environment affecting how we feel day by day?
Wow. And yeah, that's all about, you choose the, okay, so that's good. The mental environment, so my question is, can I be in any room or any space and be good? I don't think I'm at that point in life right now. I feel like that is a good place to be, but I know I am not there.
Yeah. Where do you think that you're at on a scale of 1 to 10? If you could even scale it, because it's really not scalable. But if we could scale it.
If I could scale it, I would say I'm at about a 6.5.
You on the alkaline side. I like it over here. So
yeah, I'm at about a 6.5.
But you know, it also matters about what environments that you put yourself in too, right?
Right.
So not to say that surprise environments don't just happen, right? But like, if you know that you want to maintain a certain level of peace, like, are you gonna hang around people who you know,
who don't,
they don't do that? Like, they normally talk about things that are complete opposite.
Yeah, right.
Or, you know, just situations like that.
Right. And that's a good point. I wouldn't, if I was in a space where, my mind is one way and y'all's is another, I don't need to be here.
Right.
And I don't think I would want to, but
right.
Like I said, I'm not.
You 6.5.
I'm 6.5.
I don't know where I'm at. Some days it seems like it's higher. Like, some days I kind of feel like a 9. And some days I feel like a 6.5 as well. But I think it's like an action by action thing. Like, it's literally as things are happening. That's how meditation is. Meditation isn't about like making sure that you stick it in breathing and focusing on breath and not thinking about anything. That's not the point of meditation. Meditation is to, obviously you do want to breathe, you want to focus on your breath, but when you stop focusing on your breath and you start thinking about something else, you just bring yourself back to focusing on your breath. You don't judge that you thought about something else. You don't judge how long you thought about it.
Yeah.
You just bring yourself back when you bring yourself back. And I kind of think that that's the same way when it comes to like getting to your higher self. Like, it's not necessarily about, oh, you know, I'm so perfect and I made it through the entire day without, it's like, but when the situations do come, even if you take yourself out of character, can you bring yourself back?
Right.
You know, don't take yourself out of character and just stay out of character because you took yourself out of character. And then judge yourself because now it's like, well, I'm out of character, I might as well stay here. It's like, no, it's okay.
Yep.
You know, like, you can bring yourself, that is you leveling up your higher consciousness.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the way I want to wrap it up, how do I ask this? how long or when do you think that you got to a place where you are happy, and what did it take for you to get there?
Ooh. It was the day that I told myself that I really wasn't happy, like where I was,
Okay.
what I was doing, what I thought I wanted.
Awareness.
Yeah. I was like, because I just kept feeling like, and I remember like being around people who are like, it seems like your feelings are volatile. Like 1 minute you're good, and the next minute it's like, I don't know. And I had to like ask myself, like, why does this keep happening?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm faking my feelings. And so you're seeing the real feelings, and now you're confused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they eventually have to come out.
Yeah.
And so when I stopped lying to myself about how I feel, and, you know, because I was only lying to myself so I can get a certain outcome, the happy outcome. So when I stopped lying to myself, and I started being really honest about how I feel and what it was that what I desire, and I actually started asking myself questions and listening to myself, and even if listening to myself meant that I was gonna have to let go of things that I loved, I just did it. And I haven't been more happier.
Yeah.
I have not been more happier.
That takes a lot of strength.
Man,
Okay.
but it feels so good.
I am still struggling.
And I'm not gonna hold you though, like, friend, because I get it. Like, some days I have days where it's like, damn, I miss that old me. You know what I mean?
Dang.
And some days I want to go back, but then I think about, like, okay, if you go back, like, you're gonna be back in the same position.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna be happy.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be happy for a moment. Like, you're gonna have moments of happiness.
Yes.
I don't want that.
We don't want
Yeah.
the momentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not the momentary happiness.
What about you?
So I want to say it's when I realized that, like, letting go of things is not the end of the world. But I'm still working on putting that into action. I understand it now.
Yeah.
But now that I understand it, I'm like, okay, I can create the life that I want for myself. It might take a little longer than I would like for it to.
Yeah.
But I am in control of my life.
That's it.
For reals. And so, yeah, like, even in this space right now where I was talking to you about changing my schedule, because I work 6 days a week right now, and I'm not really happy with that anymore.
She coming over to the, are we calling this the dark side? I don't know.
No, this is the light.
This is the light. She's stepping into the light, Carolyn.
But even knowing that and telling myself, okay, you know, you're not good with that, so what are we going to do about it?
Right.
Knowing that I have the power to do that and do something about it, it's like,
Baby, you happy. Because that's the steps, friend. This is an action by action thing.
It is. It is.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So, I love that for us.
I love it. I hope you guys got something out of this episode. Seriously.
Yeah, for sure. Yes. But, yeah.
It's time
so,
to go.
We hope y'all enjoyed. We want y'all to take the steps, okay, to a happier and a less toxic life. We
Do it
still
for
working
you.
on it, but yeah.
Do that for you.
Do it for
Because
you.
it's not for anybody else. It's for your happiness. And even though it may seem hard to do, like, it's well worth it.
Yeah.
And it's well worth it step by step.
Yep. So start with small stuff and then work your way up. But
All right,
yeah.
we have to go.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.